I am live. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Will Studios. I invited Peter Orchard to join me over here. Let me see here. I'm just going to go ahead and share. That. For now, we were looking over page 6 of my comic book here. Here, let's do this. I'm going to go to YouTube. Ooh, Trashcast is here. Trashcast is on. I might end up watching that too. Let's look at my channel. I'm live right now. Come on, man. Show me me. Oh, hey, gray cloudy day. Gray cloudy day. I'm trying to, in my old man way, get Peter Orchard. Hold on a second. I'm gonna at Peter Orchard. There we go. Why wouldn't it just show him right away? I should have tagged Bionic Barra at Tailend Studios. Is that not his thing? Tailend Studios? Whatever. I am on X. I am at Fearless Will on X. Now, because I haven't seen the Supergirl trailer yet, let me go ahead and pull that up. There's new footage, that is. There we go. Let's see this.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Thanks, Gray. It's the best way to stay up to date on Revenant Steel.
Krypton didn't die in a day. Gods are not that kind. Oh, he's such a...
Okay. Let's go back.
Gonna end well for you guys. What was it like?
Now, her sword, I kind of like it. It kind of reminds me of the Sword of Omens. This guy apparently is
What was it
Cramp.
like to lose everything?
Hold on, I'm going to turn on my second monitor so I'm not jumping between screens here. And also, where is Peter?
Like to lose everything in a day. Krypton didn't die in a day.
I'm going to be 100% with you. That city looks AI generated and it does not look Kryptonian. It looks very Earth-like. The whole thing looks very Earth-like. Krypton was a planet around a dying sun. Like, it was constantly pelted with red sun radiation. Thus, the people having superpowers under a yellow sun, which would give them more life energy and not be, you know, their cells are so used to fighting cancer from the red sun that they have become super. They've evolved to be super people. And they should be living in a perfect society, more or less.
Moldavite. That kind.
Hold on a second. Because I know the first appearance of Kryptonite was in the old 40s live action show with, was it Robert Kirkman? Or I used to know this. I used to know all the Superman actors. I should be proud of myself for not knowing his name, but it was before George Reeves. There was a shorter lived Superman serial. Not even sure how many episodes, but that was the first Lois Lane, and she actually stayed Lois Lane, I think, into the George Reeves series. But I think that was the first Kryptonite. Forest Olive Green. Does it not show you a new tab when I switch tabs? Whatever. Reading about Moldavite crystals on Etsy. All right. That looks like what that looks like the rock that they had like in the movies when when Gene Hackman found the meteor, it did look like that. It might have just been a big old piece of it. They look like they get pretty big.
Oh, he's such a...
Everybody's excited about Lobo. It was kind of written on the wall. It was inevitable that he would be Lobo. And I think he should still be Aquaman, too. I think he could just go ahead and be both. Because they're not going to be in the same room often. And when they are, it would be hilarious and awesome. Did Pete say Crypto was going to die? Did Crypto die in the comic book? Is that accurate? Ooh, we got a piece of Moldavite just in case Kryptonians attack. Let's see. What is he talking about on Trashcast here?
That's how they think. It's dumb. When it could easily be the rising tide lifts all boats kind of situation where it's like, oh wow, you mean to tell
Lately
that
with
he's attracting
Trashcast,
people that otherwise in some cases...
Wait, did Eric July shave his beard? I was about to say that I was about done with Trashcast, to be 100%. But now that I see Eric July has shaved his beard, I think we should go ahead and tune in. You can see how bored Ethan is. Oh, I don't even know if you're a Trashcast enjoyer, Gray Cloudy Day. Can I not move the window around? You support the Trashcast. I feel like it had its golden era, and now we might be in like the death throes of the Rippaverse, so to speak. It's hard to say how long Eric is going to keep making comic books. He could just keep going indefinitely. Who knows?
Like in on comic books,
but they get to say this. Like he's attracting people who weren't in. Like Eric, your sales.
He looks ridiculous.
They're down
with his beard like that.
Why does he keep?
And why isn't he dressed like a pirate? I thought he was going to dress like a pirate for a certain amount of time.
People should be looking at me and saying, "Look, he's attracting people that weren't even in the comics. They're not in comics, Eric. They're just buying your merch." Once again, if you could get like, I mean, it's like your comics are like T-shirts. If you could get a grown man to wear one of those T-shirts,
he feels like he has a duty to the Trashcast audience to keep this rolling. And Eric does keep giving him little bits of content,
and let me.
So it's like he never really has to stop.
Manufacturing trade shows,
but he's got to be over it by now. He said as much.
You have people who like you.
Yeah, the draw streams are good,
and
people
say this is the first comic book.
It's kind of cool that he's turned it into like a jukebox.
They're just supporting you.
People just give him $10 at a time.
People to the hobby. They don't then go to comic book stores
right there
and start buying Marvel.
So he's getting like
books, do they?
300 plus people watching him and basically carrying on the conversation for him, so that he can like
your audience who are also buying your books. But anybody who you're claiming like you're introducing to the hobby, they're your fans. They're supporting you. They could give you a super chat and said they buy your comics. Simple as that. Here's Brendan Lucas. Wow, thank you for 10 pounds. I've always found the ripoff verse fascinating, as I have zero desire to read a single comic from this world. A real creative could have taken his YouTube life as inspiration, even the drama around him. The rip-off. Oh, you mean the Rippaverse? I thought you literally meant Rippaverse. A rip-off verse, as in Andy. Yeah, like nothing that he's doing is actually
I'm gonna
interesting
miss
to
the
anyone
puppet
who is a
shows.
creative person in Hollywood.
The
Ask
puppet
them.
shows are brilliant.
You let your tiger out. Soft. The territory. Benny Gesser. You let your tiger out.
22 super chats sitting here, Shane. So far, how long have I been? Okay,
Yeah, I am gonna miss the puppets though. The puppets, I think, were some of the best content in Trashcast. I feel like now with AI doing most of the song lyrics and stuff, you could make your own puppet shows. And it seems easy enough. Like I could make a puppet tomorrow if I really wanted to. Just get the materials. I'm not going to. I'm not a puppet man. Someone will step up.
Yeah, because I want to say like somebody like PTP even hit.
Or we might be just past that point in the Eric July saga where we need puppets and that sort of stuff.
Digital reading thing. Obviously, the physical nature is what we all grew up on. But I'm not stupid. Japan manga, 70% of their sales were digital. 70%. Also self-aware enough that my personal preference does not
do
represent
sock
the
puppets. Put
market
like
at
a
large.
beard.
This is what's gonna happen.
Just make that would actually
gonna
be
take this-
brilliant.
I like
because
my chat.
You're
He keeps
taking the
making shit
quality
up.
down,
I just
like as
highlight
far
that.
as effort
He's not
Yeah.
into the
making shit up.
puppets. You know what I
He's
mean?
sitting here putting things
And
together.
he would throw a
Now,
fit
things
talking
aren't
about
going
how
well for
poor of a
Wickerverse.
puppeteer you
They're just
are,
not going
but
well.
you'd be making the
No, they're
content
going
like
bad.
and it would still be the same hilarious
So about the digital
content. You could
Yancey's
absolutely
been
pull that
talking to
off.
me a
Anyone
bit,
could.
and I don't keep up with
Put
digital. I
googly
think
eyes on 'em.
digital leads straight to
Just
piracy.
get a brown sock for Eric,
and will
right?
cost you money. And
Put
Eric
a
used
little
to
beard
believe
on
that.
it and some
Now Eric is
hair
saying
for
something
shoulder hair,
different.
whatever. Googly eyes. And
I
have it
understand
start
what he's
mouthing
doing,
off.
and it's not good.
All right, wait. Let me finish playing this video just so you can see.
Data, and I want you to keep buying this. We're only doing this for 2 weeks. It's not one of those like in-app purchases. We considered that, but I didn't want to open out the gate with that. There
were some bangers though. Like, did he come up with those lyrics?
That will be the approach if we.
Well, I am ginger and super gay.
We released our early titles, and it does appear that this is a great move for us. Riververse couldn't possibly compete with them as far as the print costs are concerned.
You remember when he said that?
Yeah.
So this has all been like all of this stuff.
Like, if he could have just been cool, everything would have been way better. Sup, Dak? What's going on, man? Everything's going great with me. I'm promoting my comic book now, which is great. Hope everything is well with you. Hope, are you still working at Lindy's? Probably. Gray, Dak is actually a real life friend and not an internet friend.
Sell it for less, and ideally you'll sell more books, except they become pirated. Now, Eric is, I understand what he's doing. I'm going to have to play a video, though.
Okay.
Okay, so let me play this. I got the audio shared.
Let's move off a trash cast. What the hell is this?
Do you have any comments about playing Lobo?
Finally.
He doesn't have fangs in like real life, does he? He just walks around with the fake fangs. We were talking about the Flash. So, Dak, I was on this other stream. I don't know if you're still here or not. I wouldn't blame you for bouncing. But I was on this other stream and they were talking about the Supergirl, or they were talking about the Flash movie, right? And the one guy was saying that it wasn't a bad movie, whatever. And
Been a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past. As if fighting crime would bring my parents back.
And I was going to make the point that they kind of like, they set themselves up for some good opportunities in this movie, and then they screwed it all up every single time. Every chance they got to do something cool, they ended up doing something stupid, and it just continually, just over and over again, lowered the prestige of this movie. They already had so much to get over with Ezra Miller being Flash and all this other stuff. And yeah, there's a reason that people didn't go to see it. I didn't own too many Lobo comics, to be honest, Gray Cloudy. I think I maybe owned one or two, and then he was a fun character. I wasn't like into him. They definitely blew the Flash movie even after the Ezra Miller shit. Yeah, because like Ezra Miller, he's a very weak Barry Allen. He plays Barry Allen like a spaz, just anxiety-ridden weirdo Barry Allen, which is not the Barry Allen from the comic books. Barry Allen from the comic books is a very competent police officer. He's a square-jawed dude. He's not like pining for some girl that he sees in a coffee shop and being a freaking creep. He literally is himself in the movie, right? He's just this sweaty little nerd. But he's like, but I'm actually the Flash. And somehow I'm still always late. Ugh.
They did it.
Dude, the show is not bad. If they took the actor from the show, would they have to bring all the baggage from the show? Like at that point, are you merging the Arrowverse with the Snyderverse, so to speak? I would have gotten somebody just cooler looking. If who's the Fast and the Furious guy? I'm gonna catch so much shit for not knowing his name just off the top of my head. But he died in that car crash. If he was still alive, he would have been my pick for Flash. Frankly, I think he would have been a freaking awesome Flash. Hell, he died going like 160 miles an hour. Paul, yeah, Paul. Shoot, you're giving me a hint. Paul Walker. He would have been my Flash, 100%. And then I would have had him say little Fast and the Furious lines, like in the movie. It would have been great. Instead, we get...
I can't imagine what you've been...
This Flash meeting his younger, even nerdier, weirder self, so that they can have little hijinks between one another, and then randomly, they did the whole mom dying thing to try and give the whole movie like some heart, and give it those like serious moments. But you can't just like, the scales, buddy. You can't hate the rest of the movie. You can't just have like 3 good scenes.
I love you, Monkey. You lost both parents in one day.
Barry! My half Asian child!
I went back in time to save my parents. But instead,
I did the most obvious, most stupid thing I could have possibly done with my powers.
I completely broke the universe.
Instead, no shit, I broke the universe. Now, in the comic books, when he broke the universe, cool shit happened. Like, when he found Batman, but it wasn't Batman, it was Bruce Wayne's dad, Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne was Batman, and it was his son that got shot in the alley, and he became Batman, and he carries a gun.
If you went back and changed the past,
this world must die.
you changed the future.
Do you know what
That's
the symbol
another
stands
thing they messed up, is they had this Supergirl. They didn't really give the actress a chance. There's part of me that wants to be like, Supergirl is blonde. What is the matter with you? Okay. I lost somebody. I'm down to 1 viewer. My God. I'm going to give Pete another like 10 minutes of me talking about the Flash movie to show up and grab a link or something. But then I'm going to get back to my artwork because I'm hammering out these pages.
Dance for hope, right?
I will help you fight Zod.
You want to get nuts?
This is the reason everyone came to see this movie right here. And they did deliver on that. I will give them some credit. Yeah, we lost Dak Gray. It's okay. I actually got fired from that place of employment that I knew Dak from. So he was just checking in. We haven't actually spoken in like 8 months.
Let's get nuts.
But they went with the Kryptonian in a vault in Russia angle with this Supergirl. And the costume doesn't look good. Like, what the hell are they thinking here with this? Somebody, like, I know there's a big push against the whole anti-woke stuff on YouTube, like you get labeled a zero these days if you point out the obvious fact that those hips and everything, it's like she looks as masculine as possible. They've removed all the femininity from Supergirl. Yeah, it's a loose costume. You got duck toe basically between her legs. It's freaking terrible. You got little finger loops for no reason. Yeah, super they. There's some producer with a trans kid who's like, she's going to love this. She's going to identify with Supergirl in this, super them. in this movie. But then she just gets killed by Zod over and over and over again. And look at this stupid looking Flash over here. And I was saying this in the other stream in the chat, and shame on Elliot for not reading my goddamn comments, because that right there is a perfect example of my point, where you have an opportunity for something cool to happen and it just doesn't. They choose a dumb route instead. Instead of having, come on, give me that back. Instead of having Barry Allen show up in the Batcave and use everything at his disposal in that Batcave to craft a cool looking suit for his younger self, okay, that would have been an awesome scene, right? Instead, he looks like he's wearing someone else's clothes, because he is. They decided, wouldn't it be funny if we slapped a Flash symbol on a shitty old Batman costume, and they cut the ears off? Like, we'll make it obvious that they cut the ears off, so it'll look stupid. I'm trying to say retarded, but he looks retarded, okay? We got special needs Flash with Super Them and actual Flash, or freaking Pussy Boy Flash, to try and stop these 3 Kryptonians. And there were more than 3, and that's something to stop, is they had all those Kryptonians on, and you're telling me, I mean, how did they get wiped out again? Did the humans like disrupt their equipment? They should have won that battle in like 30 seconds. It would have been a complete wash for the human side. Like, if we're being 100% honest. They had like 16 Kryptonians, and Zod's the only one doing anything on the field. He's carrying the whole goddamn team on his back against Kal-El and a bunch of freaking human army troops.
I have to undo what I did.
Go murder my mother.
These scars we have.
To wring her by her little freaking skinny neck.
Make us who we are.
I can't believe we lost Ben Affleck as Batman. If there was ever a reason to revive the Snyderverse, I think it's to bring Affleck back as an older Batman. We have the new Lantern series coming in, where you have an older Hal Jordan passing the ring off to a younger John Stewart, right? So we're established. Some heroes that have been established are aging out, right? That can be where Barry Allen is too. We can bring Wally West in as the official Flash for the new continuity, the new cinematic continuity. And we can have kind of an older Batman. Maybe we can bring in Terry McGinnis, or one of the Robin. Maybe Dick Grayson can become Nightwing. We don't know. We don't even know if Jim Gunn is going to get another movie after the acquisition. Okay? Everything in production right now is getting made, but after that, Gunn might not have a goddamn job. Jon Stewart. Who did I say? It was Jon Stewart, right? Did I say the wrong name? Jon Stewart's the Black Green Lantern, isn't he? God damn it. Yeah, am I crazy? Jon Stewart. Green. Yeah. Yeah, dude, Jon Stewart's the Black Green Lantern. But anyway, he's going to be the younger Lantern that's getting the ring in the Lantern series. And then they did say Wally West was going to be the official Flash.
I'm not meant to go back and fix them. Don't let your tragedy define you.
But I think we have a unique opportunity in this new universe because of just the way things are, comic book logic. We can fold in the parts that we like. We can give Gal Gadot something to do, unless we can come up with a better Wonder Woman than Gal Gadot, which we could. There's probably at least a dozen ladies out there who would play a better Wonder Woman than Gal Gadot. And she is kind of annoying these days. Now that I know that that's the only way she can act, that she wasn't acting like Wonder Woman, but she was acting like Gal Gadot. Now I feel retired. Well, I don't know how old you are, Gray. I don't know what your nerd level is. You know what I mean? And then me, I've forgotten so many things. And because I've kind of been away from... I used to be the guy that just knew everything. I'd be able to look at one of those posters that had like a million different characters on it and be able to name like 88% of them. Now I could probably only do like 15%. Because I've just been shoving other stuff in there, and I've been obsessed about my own stuff. And I have many stories, so it's like I only have so much space in the memory banks for useless stuff like, you know, what is the name of every Green Lantern? You know, I don't know how many I could name off the top of my head right now. It used to be like 50. You know, all the aliens and stuff. Because I was that big of a Green Lantern fan. So I'm going to be watching every episode of Lanterns 100% for content for the stream, for content for the channel, that is. Because I have decided every week I need to make one video about something. And where I'm not drawing. Because no one watches the drawing. And then I get distracted, so then I don't talk as much while I'm drawing. And I'm not making an entertaining video. So I already made the He-Man trailer video. I'll go ahead and make an official video around the Lobo footage that we saw earlier. And hell, maybe I'll just randomly, you know, I'll curate some sort of monologue about the Flash too. Why not? And all the missed opportunities of the Snyderverse could be a whole hour, you know? Yeah. And I was a big daily. How do I show comments? Oh, I can show comments. I'm still figuring out all the functionalities here. 52 Earth years old. Well, you got 12 on me, bud. I'll be 40 this year. I'll be 40. Old man. But I used to watch The Daily Show literally daily. So I always thought it was funny that they both had that name, Jon Stewart. But it is such a common name. It's a pretty generic name. But yeah, million missed opportunities. But there were some cool parts. Watching Supergirl fail over and over again was kind of cool. Watching Batman fail, like, the last half of the movie,
No matter what we do,
the movie was all
we're not going to be able to fix this. No!
And I'm like, if they had just hired Paul Walker, if they could have just brought Paul Walker back from the dead so that he could play Barry Allen for this universe, Snyder would still be in business. Okay?
Nobody dies!
It was kind of cool seeing some Injustice style combat coming from the 89 Batman or 92, whatever.
You're strapped to your parachutes.
Where's yours?
I guess if you want to judge from between his first or his last outing. Yeah, there were some really cool moments in that one. I'm going to find out that Pete doesn't really like me if he doesn't show up. I forget when I said 20 minutes. Hell yeah, man. Here, I'll follow you. Are you at Gray Cloudy Day on YouTube then? I'm now subscribed to Gray Cloudy Day. Yeah, I'll jump on, man. I'll jump on at some point. Here, we'll watch a couple more trailers, and then we'll watch a couple more trailers, and then I'll bounce.
I love you.
Thank you.
Passing you into Mr. Wayne.
No, please don't.
I need you here now, Barry.
I did kind of like that aspect of it where they had Batman directing traffic for the Justice League.
So you're saying you could travel back in time? But Bruce, I can fix things.
Like, nobody trusts this guy's ideas. You know? This version of the Flash is definitely the type that you do not follow his plan, no matter what it is.
Fix things. I could save people. I could save my mom. I could save your parents. You could also destroy everything. Love you, Mom.
I love you too.
So how was it this week? How's school?
School was...
Like, his mom, was she Hispanic in this movie? Because Ezra is half Asian, right? Let me look this up. Ezra Miller, half Asian. I'm at the point in where it's like it's 2026 and I'm just entering full-blown questions into search bars because I know some AI is going to answer it. Ezra Miller is not half Asian. So the Godfo universe, I've seen a couple of things about that. I'm not hooked yet as far as I gotta buy an issue. But volume 1, are there multiple volumes available? I'll look into Kolga. I'll see if I need to be excited about that one. So Ezra Miller is not half Asian. His mother is his father was an Ashkenazi Jew. He's Ashkenazi Jewish. Thanks, man. I've been trying to find my own style so that I can draw quickly. And well, I really like some of the scenes that I have coming up. Like, I really can't wait to put together this first issue. The first issue is going to be the first battle of the war, right? And it's going to be the humans of this town versus 18 thralls, demonic thralls, who are going to be waking up and getting to know one another as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really, really cool. But yeah, I don't know anything about the Godfo universe other than a little bit of the artwork that I've seen online, and it looks pretty solid. I'm a self-taught artist myself, so there's some things I know I do better than others, and some things that others obviously do better than me. Whenever I'm like comparing myself to other artists, but I can't quite remember what the sequentials looked like in the Kolga, in the Godfo stuff. But yeah, so his mother in this movie is Spanish, so he's Ashkenazi Jewish. And his mother is German Dutch. Ezra Miller, his mom is Dutch, and his dad is Ashkenazi Jewish. But for some, that kid looked half Asian. Okay? The kid in the flashbacks that I need to ask him. Hold on a second. I can ask this AI a follow-up question. Was kid Oh, he simply is Asian. So the kid version of Barry Allen is Asian. The director obviously understands that Ezra Miller himself looks pretty Asian, and so I'm not crazy. I feel validated. I feel vindicated. Metal etch card. That's cool. Was that here? I can. Metal etch card. I think I could probably get Based Art Department to do some of my art on a metal card. I think because it is very high contrast, black and white, it would make a pretty sick metal card. Maybe the scene with the rat in the dude's mouth or whatever, or I could give him some original artwork to do it with. I think it would be pretty damn cool. But I am very encouraged by the reactions that I get from people about my art. I'm glad that I'm not crazy in thinking that I could actually pull this off and make a comic book, being a dude in my basement, just hammering away at it every day. So it's been a whole lot of fun. I feel like I did my diligence in tagging Pete with the link on X, and he still ain't here. So I'm going to assume that he got drunk and fell down the stairs. Oh, Subjugates is here. Subjugates, I was just about to jump off. Whew. I have to call it, Dude, that's awesome, Cloudy. Yeah, man. Nice to see you. I actually managed to jump on Elliot Rodriguez's channel earlier. And Peter Orchard was on there with Jake. And then I got them to talk about his project. Kit, what? What was the name of it again? Kit? Brother Kit. Its name is the Brother Kit is the name of his comic book. And then I talked about mine for a minute, which was cool. And then, yeah, Pete was going to stop in and we were going to talk about the Flash because they were talking about the Flash movie. And I had a lot I needed to say about it. But Elliot was trying to wrap it up. But yeah, then he didn't show up. I've been stood up by a man on the internet. But I am gonna wrap it up. Thanks for swinging by, and I'm gonna stream more often, probably every Tuesday at midnight. And I'll come up. I gotta come up with a name for that stream, and we'll see how it goes, man. End stream.